Hey, what's going on, guys? Paperback Boy here. So it appears that a lot of the VAs that were coming after SAG-AFTRA, a lot of the Genshin Impact voice actors that exposed SAG-AFTRA are now getting attacked by the SAG-AFTRA mafia. That's right, baby. Let's get into it. Also, this is the 1K milestone video of this channel. One of the fastest growing new channels on YouTube. We're in the top 1%, baby. So we got a lot of shout outs to get into. That's right, boys. I've got two 1K subscribers, okay? This guy subscribed, Ayano Chan subscribed for 1K for my 1K subscriber yesterday, and also another 1K subscriber, because we lost it and gained it back within the same day, was Gotcha Reformed, baby. So big shout out to Gotcha Reformed, and my number one commenter and supporter here on this channel, Zortek, baby, Zortek. So go give him a like and a sub, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Also, whenever we reach the next milestone of 10,000 subscribers, the top commenter and top liker are gonna get a huge shout out. We're gonna do the top either 10 to 100 commenters. Okay, boys, we're gonna give them all a shout out. But anyways, let's get into this drama. We've got Allegra Clark here that I missed a lot of info on. So this was the SAG-AFTRA info meeting that happened, and Jennifer Hale called out the SAG-AFTRA info meeting with a huge apology for the industry and the people affected by this strike. But Allegra Clark's comments on it and Megan Shipman's comments on it are now getting attacked on Blue Sky. And guess what? Towards the end, we've got a big surprise about Kaya's VA potentially getting to come back and voice the character. So let's get into it, boys. Here we've got Allegra Clark responding to this apology note over the membership info meeting with Jennifer Hale saying, "I want to sincerely apologize for losing my temper during our meeting. I let my emotions take over. I take full responsibility for that. My delivery was wrong, and even if the concern behind it was real, there's a lot of issues right now with a lot of smaller actors not being able to work. And then we've also got the SAG-AFTRA mafia blaming them, saying that they're the ones taking the fall and that it's the bigger actors that want to go back to work and not the smaller actors. It's not that way, buddy." But let's get into it. The truth is, I'm heartbroken for our industry, for our colleagues, and for the countless people affected by this strike. This isn't just about actors, recording studios, developers, casting directors, agents, production teams. Our entire ecosystem is hurting. Some are already losing their homes. Others are struggling to provide for their families. We are close to a deal. That's why it's so important our members see it for themselves. Both the wins secured and the very real consequences of not reaching an agreement, minimizing progress, or pushing for more without acknowledging what's already been being lost is dangerous. This moment demands clarity, compassion, and compromise. Let's come together, not just to end the strike, but to protect community we all care so deeply about. I think we can read between the lines there and understand that something big happened at that meeting, boys. We had a huge crash out that we didn't get to witness, but the people that did, like Allegra Clark, well, guess what? They're speaking out with, "I'm not privy to anything that happens during negotiations, what the current language is or isn't, or anything along those lines, but I am genuinely scared that this strike will have done more damage to the industry than anyone could have foreseen, whether AI wins or not." That's right, boys, but there's a lot I missed yesterday, because holy cow, did Allegra Clark go the fuck off on the industry, and I completely missed it. There's so much ugliness happening in the community: mistrust, accusations, sabotage, and fractured friendships. That's right, boys, because they blacklist anyone that doesn't go along with their collective work refusal. The stakes of the strike are understandably massive, given that they have to do with how our voices are used in the future, whether we consent to any of it or are paid. That's right, boys. We do need a union in the industry. We do need AI protections in the industry, but it doesn't need to be Genshin fucking Impact, because they already have AI protections. And a lot of this is run by the SAG-AFTRA mafia, which is a bad union to begin with. If you understand how unions work in the real world, they do not work like SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA is predatory. They are a fucking evil mafia organization. And if you don't believe it, you need to look into it. You need to watch more of my videos to see exactly how they work. Those stakes mean that everyone is on the edge and everyone is passionate, but my God, I don't recognize the industry compared to last year. This is a effing nightmare, and I think it needs to end. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what we gain from holding out further on overall contract. I'm not privy to any specific language and don't know for sure whether what's on the table right now would screw us over royally, but I'm equally concerned for directors, engineers, and casters and studios. Oh my fucking God, dude, if that is not an expose of SAG-AFTRA. Holy cow, this is one of the top people literally saying, I don't know what's on the table right now, and I don't know if it will screw us over royally, even if it's signed. That is insane, dude. People who work, whose work has been impacted and frankly will be impacted whether we're paid fairly for our digital doubles or not, given that they won't be hired either. I also know full well that a lot of work is leaving the U.S. and as someone here, I would like to keep working. That's right. You know why they're leaving the U.S.? Because you cannot work with these fucking predatory unions, these damn mafia style unions. They're trying to strong arm companies, especially SAG-AFTRA, with a blanket wide sweep strike. They are blanket sweeping every freaking industry to try to get AI, quote unquote, AI protections and then move. They're literally acting like a mafia. You can only hire their union member actors, and you cannot hire the non-union member actors. And whenever these companies sign these deals, they cannot choose who voices their characters. It is mainly through a roundabout way. The union chooses who can really voice the characters because they gatekeep the non-union voice actors. It is evil. It is predatory. Something has to give. I don't know what it looks like or means under the circumstances. I felt like I've had to keep my head down for 9 months because it always seems like my feelings are contrary to what everyone else is saying. That's fucking right, dude. Because if they speak up about this collective work refusal, if they say anything, they will be blacklisted by their own quote unquote friends, the higher up the totem pole actors that really decided that this collective work refusal would happen. Isn't that fucking insane, dude? And if you don't believe me, look at what happened to Jacob Takanashi, and he's not even a freaking union member. He didn't even know this strike was going on, and it still happened to him. Oh my God, dude. The freaking SAG-AFTRA mafia out here break your freaking kneecaps, literally screwing people over, literally just bending them over the freaking barrel, ass cheeks out wide, and screwing them, literally screwing them the fuck over, and nobody's allowed to say anything about it. I want a fair contract. I want to know that my voice / performance are being used with my consent. I don't like the idea of AI and art, but I also understand that the tech companies that drive the game studios need to know that they're not being limited in terms of tech and innovation. That's a fair argument, folks. That is a super fair argument. I truly hate all of this and wish that SAG had stopped it all outright during the TV film strike in 2023. And know that the interactive NegCom is continuing to work with the hand they've been dealt. But for everyone's sake, this strike also needs to end as soon as possible. Oh my freaking God, dude. The expose. She is freaking laying it down. Holy shit. It is a horrible time to be a voice actor right now. Every conversation is about the strike. Every conversation is about AI. I'm constantly bracing myself, wondering who I can trust, who's talking about me behind my back. Fans do not trust us and will never fully recover from this. Oh, dude, she's fucking going off. Holy crap. I did not pre-read this. I didn't fucking know. Holy shit. I want to know that my job will exist in the future, but I also want my job to exist right now, dude, if that ain't the fucking truth. If Jen was angry the other day because she cares, then I'm angry too, and we need to stop treating everyone, both on the other side of the table and in our community, like the enemy, dude. She's going the fuck off. To be clear with this, I'm using terms like a contract a little loosely because I'm not in the room and don't know what exists in writing. It's not like there's a piece of paper that nobody is signing right now. I'm under the impression there's still some stuff to discuss. Not only that, dude, SAG-AFTRA is trying to strong arm the entire industry to get their effing way. That is the issue. And their way is actually bad for non-union actors and lower down the totem pole actors. It does not help them. It only helps the top of the line actors because, oh my goodness, negotiations are very difficult, and I commend everyone who has participated at the table for the hard work they put in for the past few years. But it's been a few years years now, even if we've only been striking for 9 months. We need to come to an agreement soon for everyone's sake. I'm recovering from a sinus infection right now, yada, 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 don't care. Literally freaking insane, dude, the expose. But we've got more to get into, folks, because she has been called out, quote unquote, called out by a supposed smaller voice actor, not even a voice actor, by the way. I think they voiced in Hearthstone and some anime, but they make so little that it's not even their full-time career. You're not a freaking voice actor if it's not your full-time career. You are a hobbyist, okay? Like, oh my goodness, you can call yourself a voice actor, but you're not participating in the strike per se. You're working on your real job, dude. Hey, I'm gonna be real to all the rich VAs saying this strike needs to end because your bottom line is starting to hurt. Suck it up. Those of us at the bottom who have a hell of a lot more to lose are running Uber Eats, etc. to make it through this. The strike will end when we get our deal. So this is evidently the decider, the person that is working their real job while they're doing their side gig as a voice actor for Hearthstone and maybe a few anime, but not making enough to live off of. People, there are voice actors right now that are doing this full time that are not getting to work because of this strike. That is what I mean whenever I say the bottom of the totem pole. I don't mean a hobbyist. I don't mean that somebody that's done a few roles. I mean somebody that is full-time and fully relies on this for their entire fucking income. Those people are getting screwed over. You are literally trying to hold them out until they can no longer work, until they give up on their voice acting career. That's what you're doing, Senna Breyer. Oh my God. And then we've got Little Karibo literally commenting on it like he fucking knows what's what. Little Creepo, by the way, he's a little creepo. It has been a little alarming to see certain voice actors who have said nary a thing while their colleagues get threatened and while the line is being held by a quiet majority. Suddenly they're finding their voice to say, hey guys, let's not. You're hurting the efforts of people who need to fight. No, dude, you're hurting the efforts of people who need to fucking work. You are hurting the efforts of people who need an income. Not somebody that doesn't, not somebody that's working a different freaking job, because oh my goodness, dude, this is insane. And their colleagues getting threatened. You know who's getting threatened? The people that are speaking out against the break your freaking kneecap SAG-AFTRA mafia. Holy cow, dude. Little Creepo just really gets on my nerves, if you can't tell. High profile actors should remember that low profile actors are the vast majority of actors. Don't throw them under the bus for the sake of your own career. Are you kidding me, dude? They're not even working full time. This is a person not even working full time. This is insane. The fact that you literally think that they're throwing them underneath the bus when they don't even have a career in the industry. The voice actors that have a career in the industry that are speaking out against the strike are the ones that need to be heard because it's their career on the line. These people don't even have a fucking career. Holy dude, the freaking mental gymnastics. And on a positive note, boys, ending on a positive note, we've got Kaya's VA has been liking comments about his return in 5.6, insinuating that he might be returning in 5.6 or 5.7. Will we be hearing your beautiful voice again in 5.6? Is Kaya's voice staying in Genshin? Please let Kaya be in the new patch update. Oh my God, dude, I would be so fucking happy if Kaya could come back. Anyways, boys, that's it for me. The 1K milestone video, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Paper or plastic. Paper being good, plastic being bad. Paper being that organic, crisp, clean, good shit that we need in the voice acting industry. And plastic being that freaking SAG-AFTRA union that's a literal mafia. Okay, boys, you guys let me know down below what you think. Paper or plastic. You think these dudes defending or going after the people outing and exposing SAG-AFTRA are paper or plastic? You think Little Creepo's paper or plastic? You think Senya's paper or plastic? I'm going with plastic. These motherfuckers are plastic as fuck. They are basically mannequins, dude. They smoke plastic on the daily. Their brain cells are rotted out. They don't even know what's up and down anymore. Anyways, boys, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe. When we get to 10K, the number one freaking commenters are going to get a shout out, and the people that engage with the community the most are going to get. Anyways, boys, that's it for me, boys. GG, peace.